What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, Brett's price is going absolutely berserk right now, up about 26% in the last couple hours, and I want to give you an update as to what's going on, why I think that this is happening, why this is one of the most systematically technical moves I've ever seen from a meme coin of this size before, and much more. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into it. Now, what we can see here is, man, Brett is leading the charge today, currently up 26%, performing well against things like AIOZ, EOS, XTZ, H&T, SHIB, HBAR. I mean, hey, it's well up there. Only one performing better is AIOZ, but I don't care. I'm looking at Brett. So what we can see here is that it's absolutely smashing it. Currently up to 22 cents. As I mentioned before, 26% gainers. Absolutely insane. If we do kind of zoom in here a little bit more, current market cap is now pushed all the way up to 2.25 billion. Currently sat at, again, number 59 on the market cap rankings, going absolutely insane. Now, from more of a technical perspective, as I mentioned before, what we're seeing from Brett is, in my opinion, one of the most systematic and most technical breakouts that I've really ever seen from a crypto of this size. Now, what I mean by that is that if we look at the price, right, what we can see is that it's making the exact move that we spoke about in the last one. I told you all, look, Brett obviously put in this macro high back here, back in June, and then it pulled all the way back down here, of course, back towards that 6 cent level back in August. And I told you all, this red box, this Fibonacci retracement zone that gets created off this swing high to this swing low, this is your zone. I mean, this is the level. If Brett's capable of breaking above it, I think it's open season. We might be able to see this thing even push up towards 40 cents. But if we get rejected off of this, it's not going to be good. We're probably coming back down towards 7 cents, and what do you know? We saw, of course, Brett's price break above it, come back, and touch that previous high on the nose before starting to pull back. When a crypto respects a level like that, you have to pay attention to it. Like when a crypto goes all the way back up to that previous high, touches it on the nose, and immediately gets rejected, that's a level of respect that you only really see with big things, right? 10, 15, 20 billion dollar market cap cryptos, not the ones where in this moment like 1 point something billion. It's not usually what happens, but Brett doesn't care. And Brett even took it a step further, because as Brett's price hit that previous high, this yearly high right here, it then comes all the way back down, and you know what it does? Look at the 4 hours. You know what it does? Puts in chop, continuous downtrend, puts in this little descending channel here, right here, very parallel channel, by the way, which is also another good sign. And it comes down and touches that red box on the nose. Just like I told you all, hey, this red box is going to be important. Look at this. And the moment it hit that red box was the beginning of what now has become this absolutely beautiful pump. Getting a very respectable pushback off of this, coming back down and flipping this resistance into support in such a clean and concise way is insane. And again, you don't usually see that from meme coins, one. You don't usually see it from cryptos less than $10 billion in market cap, two. So the fact that we're seeing this from Brett is absolutely insane. And yes, I'm very under the belief that the door for Brett has now opened wide open. I think that breakout target number one is this move up here towards 27 cents roughly. I think breakout target two is 40 cents. Now, is that going to automatically go up to those? Maybe this one. But no, right? There will be moments like this where we have to go up, consolidate, pull back, maybe crash, bounce, we're going to have little moments. I don't think we're just going to absolutely go straight upwards, but I do believe Brett has now opened up its door to be able to push towards, 27 to 40 cents, and it's very clearly on the way, exactly like we spoke about. Now, whenever I look at this, and even from more of a macro perspective, like the weeklies, let's go out to here. What's interesting about it is that Brett's really just getting started, but even, we finally do have this RSI generated, and as it is pushing up towards this all-time high and stuff, we're not even really overextended yet. I mean, yeah, it's at the 70 threshold, which is technically overextension, but Brett's not pushed up nearly into these higher levels like I think it's going to over time. You look at its weekly Bollinger, or not the Bollinger Bands, let's actually look at the MACD. You look at the weekly MACD, these are just starting to open up, and we didn't have these for a while, obviously, because Brett is still rather new, but you can start to see the divergences that are forming, and the overall, the separation that's forming on that MACD. All of which basically just says that the door to be able to continue higher is very wide open. And so, again, in the short term, it might be little pullbacks and cool downs, but in the grand scheme of things, man, I still think that Brett can continue higher. I think Brett pushing into the top 40 makes a lot of sense. I think Brett hitting 4 billion, 5 billion makes sense. And in the grand scheme of things, I think that if we see all the crazy stuff that still could be down the line for Brett, maybe we see this thing do what SHIB did last run. Maybe 30, 40 billion is on the way, which is crazy to think about because that's still a 10, 15x from here, which again, I don't like to wrap my mind around those thoughts too much because I have a rather sizable bag of Brett, so I try not to get too optimistic like that, but it is still something that's on the table and you can't pretend it's not, right? When you think about the base blockchain, you think about Brett. And so if base is going to get bigger, Brett's going to probably get bigger. Now, speaking of base, I believe that a lot of this pump that we've been seeing, especially over the last week, is due to this news that we've been getting. So we got news here that Coinbase hopes to list more meme coins in the Trump era. And we actually got a quote from here from Tom Duff Gordon saying that in general, what they're hoping to do is to do more with some of those projects and some of those tokens that we weren't able to offer, and some of the services we were not able to offer Americans. We're talking more about some of the smaller tokens, some of the meme coin tokens. And as a result of this, what we saw just after hearing that, things absolutely went berserk. Absolutely went berserk and ballistic. Coinbase L2 base transaction hit historic highs thanks to these meme coins, and we started seeing meme coins just absolutely sending in. We saw volume absolutely sending in, revenue absolutely sending in. And as a result of it, I do believe that it's the reason why we are seeing something like Brett taking off, and we are seeing some of the Brett spinoffs really starting to catch momentum here as well, as well as the base chain itself. And so as a result of what we are seeing here, and hopefully seeing Coinbase start to interact even more with those meme coins, I do think that that could be even more catalyst to push Brett higher. And the craziest thing is it's not even listed on most of the major exchanges yet. So a lot of people can't even access Brett, maybe where they're from. And so I still think there's so much that still needs to be done to make this absolutely the best meme coin it can possibly be. I can't imagine that it can't still 2x or 3x from here. Like I said, the short term is going to be a little bit weird. It might have pullbacks, crashes, cooldowns, whatever, but I'm talking about the long term. I don't care what happens this month or next month. I'm talking over the next year. Like, where can it go? Yeah, sure. $10 billion market cap seems very, very reasonable to me for something like Brett. So that's still a 4x from here. And so overall, the move that we're seeing, again, absolutely systematic, absolutely insane. I love what I'm seeing, and I do think it's pretty damn good. And so with that in mind, I just wanted to share that quick update with you. I didn't know what's going on, why I think it's happening more. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you buying Brett? Yes or no? And explain why down there. And don't forget, if you do want to check out some of the links down there, they're available for you. You can check out my Discord, which will get you access to a bunch of stuff, all that you can check out down there. So go check that out. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.